Despite increased research, the cause of ADHD is still unknown. However, it is now recognized that ADHD has a biological and possibly genetic basis. In the past, it was thought that poor parenting caused ADHD, and this attitude can still be found among some today. Here, we will separate the facts from the fiction. Fiction: ADHD is a made-up condition. Fact: ADHD is a medical condition of the brain. This is recognized by many leading medical societies, including the U.S. Surgeon General. Fiction: bad parenting causes ADHD. Fact: this is the #1 myth about ADHD and can cause a great deal of distress to parents whose children have the condition. More and more scientific research shows that ADHD has a biological cause and does not occur because of the home environment. Fiction: ADHD is more common in males than females. Fact: the male-to-female ratio in children is 4:1. This, however, is because of a lack of understanding of how ADHD can present in females. It is thought there are as many females with the condition as males. Fiction: ADHD can only be treated with medication. Fact: medication can be useful, especially if used in combination with behavioral therapy. However, it is not the only treatment for ADHD. Causes of ADHD. Although there are not definite answers as to what causes ADHD, there is strong evidence to suggest that it has a neurological basis. There is also growing evidence that points to ADHD being hereditary. In cases where heredity does not appear to be a factor, there are often reports of difficulties during pregnancy and birth, premature delivery, low birth weight, prenatal exposure to tobacco and/or alcohol, postnatal injuries to prefrontal areas of the brain. In addition to this, a 10-year study by the National Institute of Mental Health also found that brains of children and adolescents with ADHD are 3 to 4% smaller than those of children who don't have the disorder. Genetics and ADHD. Research into ADHD has found evidence to suggest a genetic link that ADHD may run within families. A child with ADHD is 25 to 45% more likely to have a parent with the condition. Many people who are not diagnosed as children come to realize they have ADHD because of having a child with it. Also, if there is one child in the family with ADHD, there is a 30 to 40% chance that a sibling will also have the condition. In identical twins, this increases, with the likelihood of the other twin having ADHD being at around 90%. The myth of poor parenting. As mentioned earlier, parents whose children have ADHD can find themselves being criticized about their parenting skills. This can come from a stranger or even from a family member. It is important to recognize that the following doesn't cause ADHD. Bad parenting. Sadly, this is the #1 myth about ADHD. Many parents may feel or may have been told that they should just be stricter with their child. Children cannot be disciplined into not having ADHD because it is a biological condition. There are strategies which can be taught to children to help them cope with their symptoms, but these won't take away ADHD. Defiance. This is the theory that children with the condition are simply being defiant. Children with ADHD can't choose when they will be able to concentrate and when they may be distracted. They can't stop their hyperactivity by simply willing it to go away. That's not to say that your child might not be defiant at times, but there are times when their behavior is being caused by their brains. Differentiating between the two can be difficult, if not impossible, for parents. Moral defectiveness. This theory also lays the blame with the parents and child. People with ADHD can have problems with empathy, the ability to understand from another's point of view. As we have also seen earlier, people with ADHD can have problems following rules. These kinds of behaviors can lead others to think that the child simply has no morals and that they may have inherited this from their parents. Poor diet. There has been much research into the theory that ADHD is caused by a poor diet containing junk foods with many additives. It is true that the symptoms of ADHD can be worsened by an unhealthy diet, but diet alone is not the cause of ADHD. Excessive viewing of TV, electronic games. As with the theory of diet, ADHD is not caused by excessive viewing of television or of playing computer games. However, these things can overstimulate people with the condition, particularly if they contain large amounts of action, heightened emotion, or aggression. It would be a reasonable precaution for both children and adults to limit their use of these items.